Hello students, welcome to class again. Today I'm going to cover a chapter from your text, The First Flight. The name of the chapter is Two Stories About Flying. So this chapter is dealing about two stories on flying. The first one, His First Flight by Liam O'Flaherty, and the second one, The Black Aeroplane by Frederick Forsyth. In this video, I'll be talking very briefly about the first story, that is, His First Flight. In the title, his is referred to a young seagull who tries to take his first flight in life. As we all know, birds need to learn how to fly for survival, and if they do not know how to fly, they would not be able to survive and they would be hunted by predators. This young seagull was so scared that he did not try even to make an attempt to fly. Though it had longer wings than his siblings, that is, brothers and sisters, he did not gather up the courage. Whereas on the other hand, his brothers and sisters were very, excited about their first flight, and they took up successfully with their parents, flying beautifully. But he kept looking at them and never attempted to fly. And he was there on a ledge. And as he looked down below the sea, the deep sea, it was more scary, and it had really, driven him to fear. And he decided that he cannot fly at all. His parents and his brothers and sisters, though, called out at him, you know, to join them, but he did not make an attempt. They all tried their different ways by referring him as a coward, sneering at him. Though it is not good to laugh at someone who is trying to learn for the first time, but there was no other way but the parents had to make him fly, because otherwise he would die. But a little young seagull would not make an attempt at all. Finally, the mother did something, tried to lure his hunger. The little seagull was there on the ledge, and he tried to sleep in a rocky, parts under the ledge. And for 24 hours, he remained hungry. And when the next day his mother was trying to take a fish and eat it, preparing to eat it, the sight of the fish maddened him. He was so hungry and tired that he wanted to have the fish. He called out to his mother, "Give me the food," but mother just came near him but suddenly stopped in midway. And the young seagull was so hungry that he jumped at the fish, unknowing to the fact that he was jumping just under the ledge, below to the sea. He was totally unaware that he was so afraid to fly, so scared. But finally, that was how his first flight happened. This part really reveals about a mother. No doubt the love of a mother is so great, but sometimes a mother had to be hard and cruel in a good way to make the life of her son or daughter. Here, in the case of the seagull, the mother too was so concerned that she wanted the young seagull to fly, and she knew what was the outcome if he would not learn to fly. And finally he flew, and everybody celebrated his victory. And slowly the seagull started flying for some time, and though he was exhausted because he did not eat anything the entire day, the previous day, and at the moment he had to drop into the sea, and he was again so scared that he could not flap his feet there and wings there and put his feet on the waters of the sea, and he suddenly flew up. But finally he was also later able to even move and float in the waters of the sea, and because it is very much required for a seagull whose main source of food and survival lies in the sea waters. So he need to learn to overcome his fear. Now there is a very beautiful theme in this story, the theme of self-confidence. Now this young seagull had lost its self-confidence because fear had gotten over him. So fear is one thing that we need to learn and overcome it in the due course of our time. So children, there is not only a beautiful theme here in the story, but the story also talks about a wonderful message and entire idea that reveals about how parents deal with their children, and there are different ways and all we need to do is understand, and it will take time. As we know, the seagull later understood why its mother was not trying to give him the fish but tried to use it as a means to let him know that it needed to fly. So that's all for today. We meet again in the next class. Goodbye.